Hey peeps, welcome to TacosandGeeks.com reviews. Justin here, and today I'm going to be reviewing the anime film Human Loss. As always, I give you a brief synopsis of the film, so here we go. From the chief director of Psycho-Pass, director of Afro Samurai, and the studio that brought you Godzilla, Planet of the Monsters, the year is 2036. A revolution in medical treatment has conquered death by any means of eternal nanomachines in the S.H.E.L.L system. Yet only the richest can afford to partake. Yozo isn't the richest. Troubled by the strange dreams he's been having, he flippantly joins his friend's biker gang on an ill-fated incursion to the inside, where society's elite live. This instigates a journey of terrifying discovery that will change Yozo's life forever. And I just want to talk about, first of all, the animation first. I'm going to do something different. Usually I do story first, but let me talk about the animation and sound first of all before I begin anything with the actual story. I am not a huge fan of 3D anime. I'm just going to put that out there. I'm one of those 2D purist people, but I digress. When it's done well, when it's done right, such as Appleseed, just to name one of them, I really enjoyed it. And Human Loss is one of those 3D anime films that I will say I thoroughly enjoyed. I thought the visuals was fantastic. You can definitely see that a lot of money went into the budget with this, especially with certain shots and sequences. There's a great motorcycle sequence on a highway that will remind anime fans, at least old school anime fans like me, it will remind you of Akira, and you can kind of see a little bit of the Akira influence in that sequence alone. You can tell by watching this anime was influenced by a lot of things, but it's actually an adaptation of a book. But you can tell by the way the anime is presented, it was influenced by a lot of anime classics of the past. And there's some anime tropes in there which I won't get into because it would be kind of spoilery that are in this actual film. But like I said, from the visual standpoint, I thought the film is beautiful. It has some really great use of lighting. It's a very dark film, by the way. Not just in tone, but just in use of color and use of shots. It's a very dark film, but it does get brighter as it goes on. But the city is just in complete utter chaos, and I think that dark tone actually did work for it. The action sequences are really good. There's a couple little hiccups graphically that you'll see throughout the film. Like it's not really consistent when it comes to an animation front, but it still works very well. From the character designs, I thought the character designs are pretty well done. I mean, it's nothing that you haven't seen in anime before. It's nothing revolutionary that's going to go, oh my god, this is a game changer. From the sound perspective, I like the score. I thought the score was very well done. It brings and makes you feel the tone that the movie is going for. Has some really good, nice use of rock, some classical. I think there was a little bit of jazz elements in the bar scene, which I thought was really well done. Voice acting is spot on. I really felt for the characters' performances all around. Your voice acting will really keep you engaged in this, and I thought that it did a job very well done. And I thought the voice acting was spectacular in this. I really enjoyed it. I saw it in Japanese dub. I haven't seen the English dub yet. So yeah, I thought the Japanese dub was well done. Now let's talk about the story, because I do like the concept of the story, but there are some points where the story kind of gets convoluted and it's over expositioned, and that's the main flaw I have with this story. But I do like the story here. The story is, as I said in Synopsis, we're in the year 2036, and a new medical treatment has happened that basically has cheap death, and with the use of nanomachines. So basically, to explain, let me just give you a concept of it. Say, like, God forbid, I get cancer or something like that, right? These nanomachines, the nanomachines will detect my illness and just take care of it just like that. Broken limbs, the nanomachines will repair it. That's why you see some people that have machines as, for hands and everything else. So things are replaced within the body, and I thought that worked very well. And one thing I did like about this film is that, at least in the beginning, we have this confliction between parties. There's this great quote. I'm not sure if I got the quote 100% correct. I should have wrote it down. But it said to the ability to die and to feel death is to be human. And there's this great commentary with, at least in the beginning, with these characters, like the character of Yozo and his friend, when Yozo's friend decides that he's gonna go stage this incursion to try to get into the inside where the rich and elite live, because he wants to see how different their lives are. He feels like he says this great line. He was like, "Look, it doesn't matter if I feel pain. I can't die anyway. So let's just go for it." And I like that type of aspect. It's just like, look, man, being immortal freaking sucks, or the ability to be almost immortal freaking sucks. I want to die, and there's a lot of characters in here that you meet that's just like, man, I didn't want this gift. I mean, I'm glad that they have a medical breakthrough, but I don't want this for myself. I mean, what is it to be human if I can't die? I mean, what is it to be human now? And that's the great theme that this movie basically relays in questions like, what is it to be human? And throughout the film, you're going to see that, and you see that mostly during the loss phenomenon, which is basically humans that transform into these type of beasts, which they call the lost. And I like that. I like the way they use that. Like you're lost. That word, focusing on that word lost, and you're losing yourself to this beast, and you can't control yourself. You're losing all your humanity. And I thought that was well done. Where the film kind of falls and falters a little bit is when it has to do the exposition of the world of Lost, and it gets very technical. And this is the problem I have with a lot of sci-fi things, that they over-explain things instead of showing us. And this film does that as well. It kind of over-explains instead of showing us, through the characters what it is. They just say, oh, this, or maybe he's becoming this. He's the third applicant, but why is he the third applicant? They do that part. They do show, but it's just like, but why is these things happening? Show us. Stop explaining everything, because you lose the audience. If you show, sometimes showing us is better than telling us. Let the reader, or in this case, since this is a film, let the viewer get invested and feel that same thing that the characters were feeling. And I thought that was probably the major flaw with this. Overall, the action is great. The story's pretty good. I did like the theme here of what is it to be human, and just this commentary of the rich being able to have this access to things while everybody else is having all these machines a part of them, that they're actually at the mercy of the S.H.E.L.L. program. I thought it was pretty good. Voice acting is great. Some really good cinematography shots here. I think the highlight of this is definitely the motorcycle sequence in the beginning, which, like I said, will remind old heads of Akira. You can kind of see the Akira influence in that sequence alone. But overall, if I'm gonna give this a grade, I'm gonna give it a B+. I enjoyed it. I think the plot gets a little bit convoluted, but it does fix itself towards the end. I think Yozo's a great character. It's a nice character study on him, and him being I can't spoil it, but there's a twist to Yozo, but you kind of see it coming. There is a little bit of anime cliches that are kind of unavoidable, but you get used to the chosen one and those type of cliches that we're used to seeing in anime. But overall, I had a fun time watching this. I thought it was a pretty solid experience. If you've seen it, let me know in the comments what your thoughts were. This is Justin from tacosgeeks.com. I'm giving this a B+. For those who like grades, I'm going to give this 3.5 out of 5 stars. It's a pretty decent film. And that's it. This is Justin from tacosgeeks.com saying later days. I'll catch you guys on the next one. Peace.